Hi, this is Jason Fielder with the Daily Forex Report for May 14th. We are looking at the US-Japanese yen pair. This particular pair did break the low of the previous session. However, it did close much higher, looking like it's going to reverse. Now, we do have, if you caught the head and shoulders formation that we had right here, and you draw your trend line from here to this point, obviously the market pushed below it. If it pulls back, definitely look for a target for it to move up to that particular point and then continue lower. That's what we're looking for as far as over the next several sessions. But as far as for Friday's session, what we're looking for is it to move potentially as high as 96.57, possibly as low as 94.34. Look for some resistance around 96.37 and look for some support around the 95.27 level. Now, switching to the Euro-USD pair, this particular pair did move lower, moved about 30 pips into the move and then pulled back. We do have a potential for it to move lower today, but I anticipate it just continuing to move sideways. We do have a couple of news announcements coming out that could affect it. The US CPI and the Eurozone CPI, but for now it's obviously moving sideways. We are looking for this pair to potentially go as high as 137.71 and possibly as low as 134.18. Look for some resistance around 136.69 and look for some support around 135.59. Switching to the pound US dollar pair, this particular pair closed higher, did break some previous support over the past couple days, but pulled back and closed higher. This particular pair is moving sideways with a bias sideways currently. We are looking for it to go potentially as high as 153.79 and possibly as low as 149.18. Look for some resistance around 152.69 and look for some support around 151.16. Now, switching over to the US Swiss, this particular pair continues to move sideways as well. It did track much higher, breaking previous resistance, but it did pull back and close lower prior to the close of the session. We are looking for it to go potentially as high as 112.14 and possibly as low as 109.40. Look for some resistance around 111.22 and look for some support around 109.75 in this particular pair. Well, that about does it for this particular pair or for the charts. I am, however, looking, we do have a potential swing trade in this pair in the US Swiss. Look for a break here. If that does occur, look for it to track up to this point as far as hitting previous support that is now resistance. There's over 100 pips there. You could definitely take the low right here as your stop loss and look for it to move higher if we get a breakout in that direction. Well, we have the Eurozone has the German GDP being released for the first quarter at 2 a.m. Eastern Time. We have consensuses that things have gotten worse from negative 2.1% to negative 3.0%. We also have the Eurozone GDP being released for the first quarter at 5 a.m. Eastern Time. Here again, things have just appear to be getting worse from negative 1.6% to negative 2%. The Eurozone has their CPI report being released for April at 5 a.m. Also, consensus is that the CPI has held at 0.6%. The U.S. also has their CPI report being released for April at 8:30 a.m. Eastern Time, and things look like they've gone downhill for the CPI in the U.S. as well, from negative 0.4% to negative 0.6%. Remember that this is, as far as U.S. news announcements, this is about the third biggest behind the FOMC announcements and non-farm payroll. So this does have the potential to move the market. And that about wraps it up for today. Until next time, this is Jason Fielder. Good trading.